It's time for the shop report with
Barbershop J.
Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
What up, sports fans? Welcome to the Shop Report. I'm Barbershop J. I'll be your host for the day. Here's what's happening. Of course, we want to remind you the Shop Report is brought to you by Rocket Digital Media. It's the one-stop shop for all your digital marketing needs. And, of course, now Eddie G's Cookies. That's right, baby. EddieG'sCookies.com. That's if you want a cookie that tastes good and is good and ain't got all that other stuff that ain't no good for you in it. You want to slide on over to EddieG'sCookies.com and place your order today. That's right. Get you some snickerdoodles, you understand me, and some double chocolate chip. All right. And for my folk out there in TV land, if you want to leave your questions or comments during today's program, by all means, please do so. And we will throw it up on the screen. And y'all know what's coming next. You one of them folks who wants to leave a question or comment that's indignant or ignorant in nature, won't be seen on this screen. Matter of fact, here's what you'll get.
Time for that.
With that being said, joining me on the program today is my cat from across the pond or up the way, Joy James, a.k.a. Double J. Tell people what you say.
Well, we are in the thick of it in college hoops land, and let the fun begin.
What do you mean? Yeah, you mean, are you suggesting that because UConn lost and Purdue lost that we're in the thick of who's in the thick of it?
Well, I would say it's officially the heat is on, because this is, I think, now everybody's mortality, if you will, regarding their college seasons has now that we're past the Super Bowl. Football, other than IndyCar, football has the longest hiatus out of any of the sports. So, now that that's behind them, now you're starting to see these gaps in scheduling. So, a loss doesn't feel like a loss anymore. You're getting breaking news banners, the minute that loss occurs. And, now everybody's Purdue message boards right now are going berserk. So, it shows and reiterates it's that time of the year.
Yes, yeah, and it's also that hard to explain the state of basketball, college especially, and NBA in particular, in the state of today, BA basketball nowadays. I'm with you on
we'll
that.
Talk about that later.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying we're gonna talk about that a lot today, tomorrow, right now, later, and then some right now in the B game. But let's start the show officially. At the end of the day, college basketball ain't worth the watch now unless you in the conference tournaments, or should I say the actual Big Ten tournament, the actual NCAA tournament. Other than that, it's a crapshoot. Nobody can hold first place long enough to even.
Well, but we know why.
Because the commercials.
You're still playing.
Because the commercials are too long.
No, you're still playing. There are people your age out there on rosters, graduate transfers, COVID years. I mean, it is really, the truth.
I don't have a problem with a guy getting a free education.
I don't either.
But
why, you're seeing a 24-year-old playing an 18-year-old, and we're wondering why
man, please. The only difference between 24 and 18 is one guy got probably the makings of a beard, and the other guy just a mustache. Man, please. They're all out there doing stuff. Yeah, they're all out there doing stuff they ain't got no business doing. But anyway, let's start the show. All right, our first item on the menu is, of course, Hoop Central, and then following that, we have the Gridiron. But up first, I got a little tidbit I want to add. I got a crook in my neck, so if you all see me moving kind of funny, trust and believe, it's really not fun right about now.
Hey, can we get a sponsorship for a pillow for this guy?
Yeah,
where's the one goofy guy?
Oh man, it's right here. My gosh.
Or you need to get
My
one of those massage guns. That's what it is.
man, please, that things don't work, man. Please, and by the time
Hey,
you get
we
one
got
of
one
them,
here at the house. Mhm.
yeah, well, yeah. I mean, y'all got enough. Listen, I'm built like an asparagus. Okay, y'all got a little weight on y'all. You know what I mean? Y'all got a little weight on your bones. Okay, I do that thing too hard. I'm just an emergency room visit. I'm just saying. Jeez,
Oh my!
um, but my 22-year-old son and my 20-year-old son, we go back and forth about who's the best driver in the house. And my 22-year-old son swears up and down he's the best driver in the house. Okay. Even though the car that he drives, has garage paint on it back in. You know what I'm saying? Back in the garage a couple times, but he's the best driver in the house. But anyway, me and my youngest son, we just look at him and let him, have his moment. I understand what it's like. I wore a helmet for a lot of years as a kid too. You know what I'm saying? And my mom used to carry me sideways, so I already know what that feel like. So we just let him have his moment. But it got me to think because I know I'm the best driver in the house. I know that, so it's really nothing for me to say. Okay, I've been driving longer than you. Okay, but anywho, it describe your driving skills. Let's just say it like this. Describe your. Oh my gosh, I can't even talk right now. You know what? Here's what we're finna do. No, let me slow it down. What NFL running back? I was going to say running back. What is going on? I ain't had
What's
no
in that water bottle?
I'm double checking. My God. What NFL running back? I was gonna say this to the Gridiron, but I had to get it out now because he was all chit chatting in my ear before we came on air. What NFL running back, former or current, is the equivalent to your driving skills?
I'll go Barry Sanders.
Oh, all over the place.
Vision. No, well, that's the thing. You know what? Sometimes.
Hey, listen. Now you just told on yourself. Now I know why there's no squirrels in Michigan.
No. That's the thing, right? Barry.
No, that's the thing. Yeah,
Barry could see what simply wasn't there in the eyes of others, and so being able to weave in and out of traffic,
go 10 yards forward,
going from the right lane to the left lane, back to the middle lane to the right lane again, and through. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. That is me carving up the traffic. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in other words, giving just safely calls to be pulled over. You know what I'm saying? And giving a sobriety test. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the Lucia is speaking. That's what's going on right here. Me personally, I'm like Marshall Falk. I'm just saying. Okay, I get you there from point A to point B. I get you there safely. Okay, that's BJ, baby. I'm just saying. Yes, absolutely. I'm just curious. Yeah. Hopefully we have a couple other people joining us here shortly, but I'd like to get their thoughts on that too as well. You know what I mean? I want to know what Miss Alva thinks too. What does she have to say? Her driving skills. What NFL running back, former or current? Yeah. The look on your face tells me it's got to be somebody like I don't know, Travis Prentice.
That might be still too.
Oh my!
You're gonna get me in trouble, man.
Kajana Carter. Yeah, she got Kajana Carter type driving skills, huh? Oh wow, that's not good.
I'll tell you this.
First round bust.
There would be a what is it? A Sanchez butt fumble in terms of the ability to back in the vehicle into the garage.
Oh my gosh! Oh yeah! Yeah,
it's one of those you just sit and stare, and you're like, look, it pretty much does it for you. You got an overhead view and a left and right camera. What more do you need?
No, don't you all use the cameras?
Well,
that's cheating, man. No, that's cheating. What were you using before cameras?
Well, you just had to wing it.
Oh,
trust instinct.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No wonder. Yeah. I'm just put me back in the mind frame where you driving all over the highway. Yeah. Over this lane, that lane, something like that you said. But anywho, let's get to some Hoop Central. All right, we get to our first item on the menu. And as you all know, the 2023-2024 NBA All-Star game just concluded 26 minutes ago. Last time I checked, the score was 412 to 297 in favor of the Globetrotters. I'm just saying.
Oh, no, they're
Look,
still
man.
scoring.
Okay. Yeah. I was, when I saw, I mean, I didn't watch the fourth quarter. I watched up all the way up through the third, man, because I thought that after halftime, I said, okay, prior to half, I said, man, these dudes over here, they, they shenaniganizing and all that other good stuff. I said, man, they gonna come out here and do they 1-2 after the half, second half. I watched that third quarter. And I was like, oh man, unbelievable. Then I got people on Facebook going back and forth with me of some sorts, if you want to say that. Slow that down one time, Gimosabi, saying that what player from your era what team, all-star team from your era could have scored 200 points. I said, really? That's the angle y'all taking on this one right here. I said, man, no matter which way you slice it, that is how they got to them 200 points. Okay, that was ridiculous. And then, to be honest, I'm sitting here trying to think of how I would describe what I saw. And I happened to catch what David Aldridge said, and he summed it up perfectly. Irredeemable. Irredeemable was that performance. And then CBS Sports added unwatchable and maybe unfixable. And speaking of which, do you think it's unfixable?
In its current format, yes.
Okay, what parts in particular? They're probably gonna have to get rid of the dunk contest.
No, I mean, look, the fact of the matter is, it's gotten to a point it's the same. It's really been the same issues for what, a decade plus now, where they've just, unfortunately, there's been such a lack of effort, a noticeable lack of effort, because you heard it, guys like Anthony Davis and others say, look, the main objective here is to go back to your team healthy. So yes, we want to play defense, but apparently not. Again, there's a fine line of how much of an effort they can give without risking injury. At that point, that tells you everything you need to know, which is either acknowledge them from a selection, right? Because we have now championship culture, right? The first thing we go to is we go to the bling bling again. We go to the rings. And secondary is all-star selections. And so it's about time that what we do is completely nullify it, the game itself, or take that format that worked on the All-Star Day 1, which is what you do with the rookies and sophomores, and break these things up into 3-on-3s or 4-on-4s and have a knockout style tournament, and combine that likely with that second in-season tournament that I was referring to, or that first in some capacity. But I believe that the obvious solution here is to absolutely kill the 5-on-5. It's never really made sense since the 90s, when people actually put forth a true effort. Like, you couldn't really tell the difference. When I think you had posted a clip. And so a clip
I'm getting ready to show too again. If you all could bear with me for a second, but go ahead, finish.
Yeah, I mean, from what we've seen so far, the best takeaway from that game was from that weekend. There were two. There was Steph Curry going against, again, a female. So
we're going to talk about that next.
Sure. And then you had the G League guys, again, putting forth an effort against Victor Wembanyama, and they beat him. And they sent him packing in the very first game. And to me, that kind of tells you everything you need to know, that these guys are there for what. And I saw empty seats, courtside empty seats. You couldn't sell out
the All-Star game
seats.
Yeah. Well, I mean, let it be known here. Make no mistake about it, I should say. MLB puts on the best All-Star performance of the three majors anyway, for me. And then Sean Taylor, may he rest, he ruined it for the NFL. They knew they had to do something.
Yeah, but you know what? The NFL found a way. right? That
They
flag football,
did, and right, that's what you
entertaining
got
as
to do.
heck.
Yeah, that
And
is,
that
and
was
you
the
got
name
to.
of the game.
Yeah, you got to. But let me say this, bro. With all due respect to Ant, man, I love Ant's game, his play, all of that, because he coming, no question. But I'm not buying that. I'm not buying that. Listen, man, I get it. The injury factor or the injury risk in an all-star game is no more or no greater than the injury risk or injury factor in any game. Exhibition, summer league, pickup. Because if that's the case, then when you do make it through a season, why do you play at all in the off season? I'm not buying that, bro. The incentives, because I tell you what, the guys ain't trying to go really get hurt out there and all that kind of stuff. Well, if you ain't going
Right.
hard, that's when you get hurt. Ask any player, especially in football.
I say
or
it all the time. You know, I
as
said
any
that
sport.
message to
Yeah, I'm
6 and
not.
7-year-olds last weekend. I told my
Yeah, I'm not.
nephew, if you go in scared and timid, you will get hurt that way.
You're gonna get hurt because your mind is not. Listen, whatever. Once you, it's that's why we call it the Mamba mentality. You understand what I'm saying? The Jordan mentality. I'm not about to go back and forth whether he was the GOAT and all that. That's irrelevant to the game, and the essence of the game is what I'm speaking to right now. It's a mental thing. Once you step across that, once you step over that line, then I'm going hard. And I gave my knees to it, and without a contract. I'm not saying that was the smart thing to do, you know what I mean? But you're not thinking of all of that when you're 16, 17, and you just know that in some neighborhoods, in certain cities, being a guy recognized as a blacktop baller, so to speak, could get you into neighborhoods that you otherwise might not be able to get into. It was a whole lot involved in that. You know what I mean? And the competition. We used to have neighborhood 3-on-3 tournaments and such. What it is, I wanted to beat you type of deal. So every time I play, regardless of where I was at, we'll get to your comments here in a second. Man, I'm going 1,000% because let me tell you this. If the NBA incentivizes it, the monetary incentive is there, you know what I mean? Like they offer them guys $1 million. I don't know how you would want to do it or break it down. I bet you they wouldn't worry about injuries then. Let the NBA offer them $1 million to compete in the All-Star game, and I dare one of them guys to say, well, I ain't really gonna go hard and because you know, I might could get hurt. I'm not buying that. I'm not buying
Does
that.
that do you
It was
know
some comments
happen?
there, Double J. Did you
No,
move?
yeah, it was us.
Oh, okay.
So, but do you know the payment for the All-Star game?
What do you mean the payment?
Like, what are they getting by playing in it?
As far as money, I don't know.
Right.
I don't
Because
know.
so again,
But you know what? My bad. I don't mean to cut you off.
Oh wow,
You just
it's
asked me that
100,000. 100,000 to the
player.
winner, yeah, and 25,000 to the losers.
Okay, but here's the thing. And I forget the guy's name. I think his name was Richard Branch. Excuse me. He brought it up on Facebook, and he brought up a good point. He said, for these guys talking about the All-Star game in the manner in which they're speaking, like it ain't no big deal, or it's not that big a deal. If I'm paraphrasing, I don't know, but something along those lines. Then why make this noise, or do we have these discussions about guys who get snubbed? If it don't mean nothing to you, then if you don't get selected, then don't say nothing. See, that's why I'm not buying that, man. That's why I'm not buying that.
What do you mean? Which portion of this? Just not. But this is. Hang on a second. This is. I think you're touching on a part that needs to be stated. There is a desire to be an all-star, based on what you're saying. So that in itself suggests that we should be able to find a solution to this problem. Because if people want to be an all-star, right? You could say, well, hey, look, if you're not going to play defense, then you're not an all-star and you have to give it up, right? Like, I mean, fans should boo, right? The fans actually, it's unfortunate that it's predominantly
they did
amongst
boo.
their peers.
The empty seats was booming enough.
Well, and that's my point here, that the fans not watching, empty seats. Indiana, look, I lived there, right? High school basketball gyms looked fuller than that All-Star game arena. That is sad. They care about free throws. They care about running the ball. In football, they care about the fundamentals in that state. And when you don't do that, you see what the result is. And I'm sorry, an all-star game, even that is not an excuse because that is very Super Bowl-esque in the sense that people come from across the country. We've seen when it was in Atlanta, people were sleeping in U-Hauls, just doing all kinds of bizarre things in order to capture, whether that's FOMO or, just to be a part of what was taking place. They went to those extremes, which again suggests that we should be able to come up with a solution here.
They're gonna have to. It's not we could, should, or could. They're gonna have to, because I don't care which way. If you want to be an all-star, because that's part of the resume. When we measuring resumes, you know what I'm saying? He's a 10-time MVP or whatever, 18-time all first team, and blah 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 blah. You want it on your resume, but what you're doing to validate it, you want to sit down. No, I'm not buying that. If they gave a monetary incentive way more than what the winners getting and that type of deal, I guarantee you would hear no player talk about or come out their mouth talking about injury or the possibility of, and so on and so forth. No. If you're a hooper, man, you're a hooper. You know what I mean? And just the idea of that's my rival over there, or the idea that guy came to our squad, he thumbed his nose at us. You know what I'm saying? Now he on the other side. You know what I mean? I'm about to. You just gotta have it, bro. That was just so lackluster. It was despicable. It just really was to me. The highlight of it all, as we, keep things rolling here, was the Sabrina Ionescu, Steph Curry thing. But on a side note, right quick, let me ask you this right quick about Sabrina, or something in relation to Sabrina. Caitlin Clark just broke the all-time scoring record, NCAA all-time scoring record, right? Okay.
For the NCAA, correct. Yeah.
For the NCAA, yes. Okay. So, little sidebar. Sabrina was put up somewhere. I saw it. I can't remember where. My son is giving me the business. He's into Juju Watkins too.
Right. She's on pace.
Yeah. Juju Watkins. She's a baddie or whatever they calling that now. I mean,
oh my.
I'm old. But anywho, I'm like, what that got to do with anything? It's me as a dad. And then we keep talking about Caitlin Clark. Oh, she did great. They want to go down this road. I said, hold it. I mad respect for Caitlin. And breaking, I forget who's the girl that had the record before her.
Kelsey Plum. She still plays.
Kelsey Plum, yeah. She broke the record. What, 3,200 points or something crazy like that? 3,500 points or something crazy like that.
Mm-hmm.
But he asked me, my son did, her or Sabrina. I said, give me Sabrina all day, every day. And of course, I'm the hater. I said, listen, Sabrina Ionescu is the only player in college basketball, men or women, to have 2,000, 1,000, and 1,000 rebounds, assists, points, in the whole nine. I'm not knocking what Caitlin did. She got the most points, but Sabrina filled up a resume. Okay, when you're going to get that job, they ask you what your last job was. Right now, Caitlin just got one she can put down. Sabrina can put down a couple of them. Okay, I'm just saying. I'm taking Sabrina Ionescu. I'm sorry. The only player ever in men's or women in NCAA history to do that. All right. When I see Caitlin fill up the rest of the stuff like that, then I'll give her more of my time. Okay, right now she just get a FaceTime. Caitlin, she can get a sit down.
How many? She's got 1,000 assists. I know that.
Who?
Caitlin Clark.
Okay, but Sabrina, do I need to look up what Sabrina Ionescu did?
You may have to, because I'm almost positive Sabrina left early too. And so
I don't know when Sabrina.
That's why I'm intrigued, because Caitlin's coming after everybody's numbers. So, if she has 800 rebounds, so again, I'm intrigued. I knew here's why, because obviously I've watched the games. Here we go. You got a comment here.
How did I know you were going to be a hater? Who? Oh, Mrs. Albert, please.
I told you.
We're not even taking your calls no more. You messed that up being Michigan State alum. We're not even taking your calls no more. Let me get rid of that. Oh, no, sorry. Let me get rid of that comment. No need to address that. Of course, I'm a hater. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Sabrina, that is the NCAA all-time leader in career triple doubles, the Pac-12 conference all-time leader in assists, and the only NCAA Division I basketball player to record 2,000 points, 1,000 assists, and 1,000 rebounds in a career. Okay.
That's not true.
So it is.
No, Caitlin Clark's done it.
Caitlin Clark didn't have no 2,000, 1,000, and 1,000 rebounds, man.
She's got 2,000 and 1,000.
Okay, well, I don't know what she got. But she ain't got what Sabrina got.
Yeah.
Okay, well, she about, but she ain't. I'm just saying, not right now.
Hang on. Well, I'm going to give the kids a little bit of merit here on this one.
Oh, please.
Because their totals, I mean, I'm really surprised she only, oh, wait, this is the New York Liberty. I want the college ones because that was brutal.
Oh, imagine that. Oh, okay. We in the professionals now. Okay. You still got the All-Star game on your mind?
Well, no,
Like
you know,
Georgia,
I'm also an
play
Aces fan. So, you know, she took a hard L.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah. Oh, boy. Yeah. Oh, and we're gonna get to the the shootout between her and Steph too here in a second.
All right.
Where are you looking for? Yeah, Ionescu, bro. She the only one.
Yeah, but I want to see her actual totals.
She's the first player. Hold it. You talking about Sabrina's?
Yeah.
Oh, she's the first player, female or male, in NCAA history with 1,000 career points. The actual number is 2,562. 1,000 career rebounds, 1,040, and 1,000 career assists, 1,091. Only the second player in NCAA history, female or male, with 2,000 points and 1,000 assists, joining Courtney Vandersloot Gonzaga. NCAA all-time leader, men's and women's, with 26 career triple doubles. Previous record was 12 by Kyle Collinsworth from BYU.
Okay, and so I can see it now. Caitlin Clark is coming for her assists. Obviously, she's already passed her in points. She's only about 80 assists away. And,
okay, well.
And then,
do you want me to
rebounds.
keep reading Sabrina's resume, her college resume? I'm not saying Caitlin Clark ain't all of that.
Caitlin Clark needs about 200 rebounds.
Yeah, well, okay, well, until she get what she needs, she ain't got it yet. That's all I'm saying about that. Where you at, Mrs. Avalanche?
All right. Well, I'm just saying, I think that now okay, wait a minute. Now we've done this with debates too. She has over 1,500 more points than this lady. Sabrina was great. She was not just, clearly those stats you just said and those milestones.
Okay,
she's not just anybody. So,
yep. I didn't say that.
This person
I'm not
able
suggesting
to
that.
still match or exceed in assists and say fall short in rebounds, but yet almost doubled her in points. I don't know. I think the case is
because
here.
Two of those categories are on the offensive side of the floor. The other one is on the defensive side of the floor. What I'm keep trying to tell people, to stop looking at basketball from an offensive perspective only. You got to be able to do it on both ends. And Sabrina did it at a high level. This is no knock against Caitlin. It's not Mrs. Alvarez or whatever your name with Alviando.
So wait a minute. She's got.
You know what, Mrs. Alva needs to be on Couch Detail tonight. You need to put her on Couch Detail tonight.
Sabrina had 207 steals. Caitlin Clark has 185. She's actually closer in steals than she is to rebounds.
Okay, well, let me sum it up this way.
And we got some games to go here.
Does Caitlin Clark have everything that Sabrina? I didn't even read off Sabrina's full resume. Okay, I'm just saying, with all due respect to Caitlin, but offense, I know it's what sell tickets, but defense, put people in the seats or not.
Caitlin Clark has double the blocks than Sabrina.
Okay. All right. What you want me to do? What you want me to give you? I mean,
I'm just letting you know you are a passenger on the Titanic, and we're on
absolutely not. Absolutely not.
It's
absolutely
just
not.
First of all, win.
No, absolutely not. First of all, absolutely not. First of all, I swim like a rock, so you never catch me on a boat. Period. That's number one. Number two, yeah, I'm not going to even finish that for you. Either way it go. Listen, until I hear next to Caitlin Clark's name, the only ... to be determined. That's all I'm saying. But anyway,
well, no, they're going to share the stage here.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. But until then, Sabrina. Yeah, okay. And back to, of course, Steph and Sabrina in this 3-point shootout. And I wanted to touch on some comments that Kenny Smith, inside the NBA's TNT's, whatever, Kenny Smith said about that it was unfair or something to that effect, that she was shooting from the mid-point range. She should shot, and he got a lot of backlash. And this is why I always tell people, whenever you look at something, read between the lines first. Because I got caught in it too. I said, man, why would Kenny say something? That's crass. Until he explained what he was driving at. He added more detail. This is why I tell y'all, whenever you're trying to convey a message, make sure that your choice of words are what they need to be. That way, nobody got to double back, be like, what you saying? Or misinterpret or misconstrue. Now we got a problem. Houston, okay? Or Chicago, or wherever you're from these days. I'm just saying. What he said was, and it actually made sense. Steph, the range that Steph and Sabrina shot from is the NBA 3-point range. Now, I think it's a testament to her that he only won like by 3 points or 2 points or something like that. She had a better score than most of the guys in the other rounds or whatever it was, the 3-point. Yeah, the actual 3-point contest or whatever, right? If I'm not mistaken. But to Kenny's point, though, Steph is used to that range. She's not. And thus he was saying that's what gave Steph an advantage. You understand 100%. What I'm trying to say? Yeah, it gave Steph an advantage. And I think she comprised herself well to shoot from that range and do as well as she did. But had she been allowed to shoot from her range, the one she's normally shoots from, because that's what Kenny was saying, normalize it for both cases. You can still have that shootout. You know what I mean? But make it where give her what she's comfortable with and what he's comfortable with. And let's see how it play out. She might have got him. You know what I mean? She do got 2,000.
Right. No, there's no denying that.
That no denying what? That she got 2,000?
No, that she probably, I mean, to me, that's still a moral victory because, it's one of those things like, look, I wouldn't, the rules are the rules for each. You know what I mean? Like, so by forcing one to conform, I don't really see the point of doing that. But well, I think
they should have kept going because they had her using the WNBA.
Right.
So give her the WNBA 3-point line. You know what I'm saying? Level the playing field. He had an NBA ball and an NBA 3-point line. She had a WNBA ball, but an NBA 3-point line. Now say that line. Now tell me I'm lying with that line. Okay.
Right.
Didn't think so. Anywho, is it time? I think we kind of addressed at the beginning of the P program here, but I'm curious. Is it time to do away with the dunk contest? Let's get a little bit more specific.
I mean, there's only so many that can be done.
Come on, man. Mac McClung, no disrespect, is winning the dunk contest, bro. Come on now.
But he's a dunker. He's always been a dunker. I mean, to me, what it says is like it's not more so. It's not a negative that he's winning it. It's that the other guys can't. Is that there are no, like, other than 2016, I want to say, with Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon, that you haven't really seen, like, did you see some of the competitors? That was almost embarrassing. What they need to do is let the people who aren't a part of the NBA, like, there's professional dunkers out there. I can't remember what the guy's name is, but he did some stuff that looked like,
that's what you all mean by that. Yeah, you talking about some of the video type stuff you seen.
Yeah.
Like, or a guy threw the ball off the wall or something, then bounced and then caught it and then between it. Yeah, okay.
So it can be done. There are people out there that are simply better, right? Just because you're in the league doesn't mean you're the best dunker. And so again,
or the best player.
Well, and that's the thing. Look at what I just saw from some of those overtime elite guys or the G League kids. That Amani being one of them. when Victor Wembanyama could have dove to the ground and chose not to.
Bruh, no. Wait a
when
minute.
you
Hold
seen
up.
the European kid just
Hold up.
torching him, come on.
Hold up. Hold up.
Are we?
There's
Have
no
we
way
reached
in
a
the
place?
world
Hang on a
that
second.
Victor.
The world.
Yeah, no,
When you we're moving past LeBron now. He's old. He's 40 years old. It's done. It's over with. Okay, accept it.
Well, you said that like a paisan. It's done. Done, Leon.
Well, right. He's buried.
Paisan.
It's over with. I don't even know why they're asking his opinion anymore. And so the fact of the matter is, who's your next star? We talked about it once.
I say.
When you look at all these dudes, it's all European players. Is that a good thing?
You don't think Shea is the next face?
He could be, but isn't he Canadian?
Or Ant? Yeah, well, okay, all right. Oh, wow. Yeah, no American players. Is that what you're driving at?
What does that say? Is that a great thing? Oh my gosh, when was that ever the case in the history of the NBA?
I don't really care I don't care what country you come from, man. Just be a dog, man. Be a baller. Like Shy.
Okay, but look what you just said. Why is that not translating? Why is that statement not applicable to the American athlete presently within the NBA?
What did I say? I don't even know what I said.
You said they don't have the dog in them.
Because, man, it's all about, listen, the society, this is just my opinion. We talked about entertainment, media, and things of that nature, and what the media does and all that kind of stuff, okay? We are at this stage and age or day and time, take your pick, where, for instance, I'm just using this as an example, to make the point, so to speak. A high school player gets a full ESPN crew, cameras and all, to announce where he's going to college. It's become it's a show. Remember I told you the storyline is now creating the game, whereas the game used to create the storyline. That's gone. You understand what I mean? So it's about incentives. The American player, for the most part, his whole thing is about getting the bag. And I ain't mad at him to a certain extent, but that's been become the only thing. And you forgot about the craft.
The league right now can continue to lie to itself. At least publicly, they're saving face by saying we're doing great. You remember that Say by the Bell? I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm so scared. And she breaks down. That's Adam Silver.
Well, I mean, might he step down?
And he's got a terrible poker face. I'm surprised.
Oh yeah, of course. Rob Manfred stepped down.
That's right.
I'm saying
one guy
is Adam Silver stepping down? Is he on his way out?
Should he be?
Yeah, I don't think he got the Euroxels, if that's the word.
What would you do here? You're to me the product's in peril. You have a G League product, and to an even greater extent,
I'd make it more interactive.
You have a
G League in the NBA, for like the All-Star games and stuff like that. Go ahead.
But no, the G League itself, you now have to compete against NIL in college.
Oh.
So your overtime
what?
Elite
the G League might be non-existent. It might
which would be, and then what? Now you revert back.
You got Summer League.
And look, Summer League gained momentum. It showed you could have a product all year long, right?
Yeah.
Hello, NFL. Take notes.
But then, no, ain't nothing unseating the NFL, bro. Nothing.
No. The NFL did the right thing in unifying with the UFL, now what's known as the UFL, because what you're able to do is allow the media portion to work to your benefit, right? So now if you're following these kids and these storylines throughout, they say a summer league. Oh, now I know who they are. Exactly.
Yeah, you build a following. Just like we used to do with boxers back in the day. Boxing used to, before it was all pay-per-view, most of it pay-per-view or whatever it is, you saw these guys on ABC, Wild World of Sports on Channel 5.
Look, and I'm notorious for calling the NASCAR fan base posers, because they will. This particular year, the Daytona 500, the Cup Series went first, then the Xfinity Series, just because of weather, and they left. I don't care that you have to work tomorrow. It's already 9:00 at night. You ain't going nowhere. Stop it. You're not a real fan. And so, to your point, I watched the ARCA series, so I saw the Jesse Loves and many others move up from one to the next, year in and year out. So you're able, at that point, I can speak to it better than anybody. And then
because I saw
these guys are.
Yeah, I seen you when you were a kid, basically.
Right. I'm following Braxton Bush. Braxton Bush, I think, is 11, not even 11 years old, and he's racing and winning already. And I know about it.
Is he racing kart? He's doing kart series now, though. He got to be at 11. Yeah.
Yeah, he's doing the karts. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's racing karts.
I guess they still call them midgets, but that's their terminology.
Midgets, I'm a big I'm a big racing fan.
I mean, I watched the Tulsa, the Chili Bowl. There's a number of annual series that
What's
are
the Chili
out there.
Bowl? Oh, never mind. Got you. Duh.
With the sprint cars.
I'm about to say, for a minute there, I thought you was talking about you had something on the stove.
Yeah, if there was some 5-alarm, come with it. Let's go.
No, that's okay. There's no bounty cooker picker up on moments for me no more. I'm good. America runs on Duncan. Absolutely not.
But this is why right now I do believe, I would say, either come up with a plan. There's too many yes men in that room, and there have been. David Stern was great in that era of saying, okay, I need to rely on Boston and Los Angeles because they'll carry us, or in New York, in Los Angeles, they'll carry the product. Those days are gone. The people, I've told you, if kids are not playing a sport, they are not going to identify with your sport. They're not going to sit there and, it's gone are the days of parents saying that, oh, hey, you have to sit down and watch this with me. That's done. Yeah,
but I don't know.
They could be sitting right next to you and they're watching something entirely different with that device in their hand.
Oh, well, we didn't have devices. So that's a fact.
Correct. We didn't have a choice.
Who's to say
your parent would like this, you like this. Until you could, purchase the other team's stuff yourself. If you were allowed to.
Do you think that Jaylen Brown's presence in the dunk contest hurt him?
Did you see that? What do you think?
I'm glad. Listen, he didn't get fives even from me. You know what I mean? But I'm glad to see a guy who was considered a star because that's a problem. Our stars played in that game. Dunk contest, in any event that they had, some star from some team was being represented. You know what I mean?
True.
And then in the All-Star game itself, our stars played in the game. So there was there was an organic competitiveness that you knew you were going to get from the game, even if you put the All-Star game. It's supposed to be fun, right? I get it. But at some point, man, Kobe was going, and you know what? I'm not going to, bear with me, y'all. Bear with me. Let me just play this clip. Hold on here. Because then we're going to get back to right quick. Then we're going to take a break. We're going to play the clip, take a break, and then come back and finish up with Adam Silver before we get to our gridiron. Let me get this right here. Let's see what I got. What am I doing here? Hold it. Am I doing that right, Double J?
Yeah, we just need some audio from it.
Change of pace. Rejected by Bryant. Steal by Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant now with 7 points in overtime. Hit the three. Here's a steal by Kobe. Foul. First flagrant foul in All-Star game history. They went by as many as 33. Bryant to the rope first. Played by Rose, finding space.
I want them to come out and compete. You're going to do something for me. Let's go out there and compete and have a good competitive game. Then let's win the game. I feel like we all have a sense of responsibility and we're voted in for what we do during the season, which is, play hard.
I think that's what the fans really want to see. They want to see us get after it a little bit.
Kobe all over James.
He has really done an amazing job defensively.
Change of pace and rejected by Bryant. Steal by Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant now with 7 points in overtime. Hit the three. Here's a steal by Kobe.
First flagrant foul in All-Star game history.
An umpire penny as 33. Right to the rim first. Played by Rose. Finding
I want them to come out and compete. You're going to do something for me. Let's go out there and compete and have a good competitive game. Then let's win the game.
All right, we back.
Awesome.
We back. Okay, so at the end of the day, bro. Now you tell me. They couldn't get that out there the other day?
No, not based on. Hang on. Listen to what did you heard what he said. You heard exactly what the man said. I think this is what the fans want. And
when you say heard what the man said, you talking about Kobe?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going back to what Ant said. Guys ain't trying to get hurt, or okay. So you telling me they couldn't have did what Kobe we just showed in the Kobe video?
This is unfortunately where I get very torn about this player empowerment, because this is where you need a little bit of order. Because
hold that thought, Double J. Hold that thought. We're gonna take a minute 2-6 on the 1-2-6 side, y'all, on the Eddie G's Cookies break. We should have had one in, man. But sometimes like you do at the barbershop, when they get going, you get going good conversation, you lose track of time. Not this time. Be right back.
I'm Jordan Gudeman, and I'm the founder and CEO of Eddie G's Cookies. I was first diagnosed with a nut allergy when I was young. At the time, there weren't a lot of labeled items that said if there may contain nuts or there are nuts in the food, so my brother and sister and I baked a lot at home, and we enjoyed treats from mixes and things like that, but I noticed that it was not the same as what my friends were enjoying, and I started making up my own recipes. When it was time to pick a career, I decided to start a bakery so I could share my treats with everybody else. When I started creating my recipe, I was taking in all the things that I thought I was missing out on. A soft, chewy center, a crisp outside crust, and a taste that is just like it came out of the oven at a bakery. When I put all those things together, I had come up with a recipe for a dream cookie. Eddie G's Cookies only uses the finest ingredients. We have all natural flavorings, no preservatives, and every cookie is made in a nut-free environment. The best part about Eddie G's Cookies is that they can be delivered right to your door. You can share them or not. We won't tell.
That's right, baby. Get your Eddie G's Cookies when you're on your way to grandma's house on the road trip. You know what I'm saying? You're going down there south or up north or to Manitoba. Am I saying that right? In Canada? That's right. Travel Centers Americas, baby. Stop in there and get you some Eddie G's Snickerdoodles, double chocolate chip, and oatmeal raisin chocolate chip, baby. Double J, what were you saying now?
Well, just basically that the short answer to the question is yes. This is a matter of, unfortunately to me, when you've given too much room, there's always, you hear the saying of, you give an inch, some people take a mile.
Take a mile,
right?
Yeah.
And we've seen, for every good circumstance of someone, kind of why we'll call it overpay. And, in the eyes of some, they'll prove you right. And then you'll get a Ben Simmons. Right. And then,
yeah.
So there's always, you always have to mix kind of the good with the bad. But what we've really found is that, again, this issue was not always an issue. It just became an issue, strangely.
Wait. What exactly? When you say this issue, what is
this All-Star game issue was not an issue in
non-competitiveness.
It was not an issue in 2002. Right. It really wasn't an issue until Kobe was out of the league. Weird.
Why? Kobe saved Kobe saved leaders? Redeem Team, Dream Team 12.
That's right. So
yeah, I mean, come on now.
All you have to do is look at the leaders and what they believe in, and you're
Right.
going to see why.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay.
So I am placing blame on
and
LeBron.
the league. So the league in terms of the style of play when Kobe was in his day, it was reflective of that.
Absolutely. And again, so whether you loved it or hated it, in terms of the quality as a whole, you never
drew you in.
You never questioned the intensity level and effort.
Yes, there you go. There you go. And
now we're
you
making
can.
excuses, in my opinion, saying, well, you know what? It's not that defense isn't being played. It's that they have to guard so much more space, JJ Redick. And so,
well, yeah, when he said that, what do you mean? It's still 94 feet. What are you talking about guard so much more space? Because the bigs are out there in the corners now.
Right.
They play zone. Okay, so you should be guarding the space anyway. You should know how to guard space when you play zone. Man, yeah, excuses. That's exactly what he's doing. And he getting paid for it.
Well, sure. And again, that is one take. And again, the other side of that coin is simply put, again, there haven't been rule changes, right? Since 12 years ago was the most recent.
Yeah.
So, the game, yes, it's changed. But the fact that the rules themselves haven't changed with it. And again, this is now when looking at the NBA, I think they have no choice but to accept what they've
created.
Yeah,
what they've created.
It is a circus, right? They pick and choose which fouls
it's
they
out
want
of control, though.
We watch traveling no longer exists. So personally, I would respect if someone steps over the line when they're inbounding that ball and the ref actually had the gall to call it, which is the right thing to do. They just won't do it. I watch it every time. I mean, people are taking 2-3 steps over the line and throwing it in, and they don't care. That feels like an all-star game. That's unfortunate, because I watched the hockey all-star game. They didn't do that. There was one dude who didn't care because he knew he wasn't getting any money and he had lost after like the first round. He was the only one. But everybody else, when it came to hitting like the plates in the corners, they were getting frustrated, and the fans were getting, almost like feeling terrible for them because that clock is still running. They're running out of pucks to hit this thing. It gets tough. I don't want to be that guy.
It draws you in a way in which you're supposed to be drawn in.
And unfortunately, when people
lipstick on a pig.
Well, even that didn't save them this year.
Wow.
It had nothing to do with Indiana and the weather. Look, Indiana was probably the worst place you could have gone, not because of weather, but because of what they appreciate. And what kind of annoyed me.
Yeah, to do that was almost like sacrilegious almost. You know what I mean? That's the holy grail of basketball, so to speak, Indiana.
It challenges. It's a.
Hey, man, how can you do that? Guy, you go up there and put that kind of performance on the set of Hoosiers, man.
Did you notice the Indiana players' effort was up there?
Yeah, Halliburton.
Halliburton got into it with Ivy.
Yeah.
And that's it. There you go.
Yeah.
And now my own personal take is this. Ivy, yes, if I want to just jump to stats, Ivy has better stats. I don't blame Halliburton, just like Jalen Green took it personal when Cade was drafted instead of him. I love that. Good. Look, be mad, right? Tom Brady said the same thing. 500 people before me, whatever. That's great. But to tell someone in their face, even in an all-star game, you can't guard me. And then Ivy went and dunked that ball. There was a level of intensity that, unfortunately, you said to yourself, man, you're not going to get this tomorrow. I personally look forward to the rookie sophomore game, or however they want to call it, because I know, like Alvarado last year came in there, stole it, and he told them we're winning this thing. He was mic'd up, and he was, he used some verbiage I wouldn't have used, or maybe I would have in the moment. But nevertheless, you saw it, you knew it exists.
Yeah,
you knew it exists. And yet, then you go to the next day, and it's like, hey, kumbaya, and we're just going
the rookies and sophomores. That should have been the game. Yeah, the rookies and sophomores should have been the game. Break up
the party, and unfortunately, this is going to be the ripple effect unfortunately, this is what something I've always said. Who's going to pick up the pieces of LeBron James, of the LeBron James effect?
I don't know. We got another latecomer to the party. Let's see who we got here. Oh, we got D Gully. Shout out. Oh, I got the wrong one. D Gully. Oh, don't clap. We got a butt for that. D Gully, the IT guy, came to join us from the CO Bus. Gully, what it
right.
do?
I'm actually not too far from you. I was gonna stop by.
Whoa!
And crash the studio.
Whoa!
No, you wasn't. Not today.
Yeah, well, that's what I said. Well, listen.
No,
hey,
yeah, I'm glad you didn't do that. I'm glad you didn't do that because no disrespect to nobody out there watching or paying attention to, but you know, it's Bounty Quicker picker up a moment's jumping off over here right now. You don't want to do that.
Okay, the quilted quicker picker up, huh?
I'm just saying. I'm gonna show you all a comment from David Silver or Adam Stern. Take your pick. I'm gonna show you all a comment here in a second.
David Silver, ain't that the dude from Friends? No, that's Dave Schwimmer.
Oh wow, really?
Hi-ho Silver.
Oh wow. Okay, got you. This is
Quick Silver.
Wait a minute. What are you doing there? Bear with me. Oh my God, this guy right here, man. Bear with me. I'm gonna put this up on the screen here. Should have had it already. You know, Adam Silver, man, in his All-Star game, Gully. That's what we talking about here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Adam Silver, he don't think nothing wrong with the game. He said this is the only thing I wanted to get to. Adam Silver say he pleased with the state of the game, but the league is losing its balance. Is that not contradictory?
Hold on. He's pleased with the state of the game, but the league is losing its balance.
Right.
I think on the surface, as much as I would love to nitpick with you, you can't play both ends of that. You can't say you're pleased with the imbalance that you're seeing. Like, I can't be pleased with the state of the game, but it's losing its balance. Like I say, I would like to be, but I can't play both sides of that.
That's what I'm trying to say. Sound to me like you're talking out of both sides of his mouth, man, or neck, or however that goes. You understand what I mean?
When he says that, what did does he go further to explain what he means by it's losing its balance? What does he mean by that?
Yeah, yes, he did. But the article is very, 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 very lengthy. You can find it on Yahoo. If you want to read the article, and you got to go to Yahoo Sports. This was way too detailed. Just way, way too long. You know me. I
would need to know what he means by is losing its balance. Like even if it was a bullet point, what balance? What balance? Or how should I put it? First, losing its balance. I would need to define what did he consider balance? What gave it its balance in the first place?
Okay, so let me see here. I grabbed it from my phone. Let me see.
Okay.
Let me see where he starts speaking. Let me see. I believe it's here. He's been pilotable. Scoring is going to okay. I believe this is Adam Silver saying, I want to dispel any notion that the league feels or that the league office necessarily feels that high scoring games in the abstract are good, Silver said at his All-Star Weekend news conference. I think what we want are competitive games. Silver tried to deftly point out scoring is up exactly 1 point from last year while not exactly addressing how things have gotten here. This is what I keep trying to tell people. Some people going back and forth with me on Facebook talking about, man, they scored 200 points. Don't tell me saying that they scored 200 points, that's overstating the obvious. That's a statement is what you're doing. All you're doing is repeating and making the statement, or it's a repetitive statement, however. Let's talk about why, and why did it look the way that it did for them to get them 200 points? Why did it look that way? In a sly way, 10 years ago, the league average was 101 points per game. Did you see that post that folks were putting up too? You know what I mean? Like the scores nowadays or whatever, just so much greater than. Like, man, stop it, man. Stop it. How did you get to them 200? If you got to them 200, I seen one play in the All-Star game, man, where Joker and Luka
Yeah.
basically passed the ball to each other all the way down the court.
Was it the drill though?
No, it wasn't a drill. That's what it looked like, a drill. That's what it looked like. It looked like a drill. That's sure enough did what it looked like, a drill.
They didn't
pass the ball to each
I
other.
mean, the basketball drill, the pass drill where you don't let it bounce. And then you know what I'm saying? You and the player, you volley the ball up and down the court, you don't let it touch. No dribbles, and then the person close to the back, get the ball close to the basket, they'll put it in for a layup, like the drill. You know what I'm talking about?
Right. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Like the zigzag or some type of whatever the case may be, man. It wasn't even like in game. Double J had to step away for a minute. He got a family emergency going on. He should be joining us as soon as we, with an update here shortly. Yeah, but
okay.
it was just, I'm talking about, this was during the game. Can you even call it a game? Did you watch the game?
No.
Let me ask one thing at a time.
Okay. I can't comment on what it don't sound like I missed much.
You didn't. Silver goes on to say, I disagree with people who feel that teams aren't playing defense. The defensive intensity is there. So what game was he watching? He said defensive players are asked to cover much larger areas of the court than they had to historically. Okay. That statement is true, but Silver was queried about how coaches feel defense is being legislated out of the game, not that defense isn't being played.
Right.
So he goes on to say, I actually am pleased with the state of the game. But though having said that, I know there are some coaches who feel that we've hampered in some ways defensive players' ability to play defense, at least the way it used to be played in this league. In part, that's been very intentional. So in other words, he's deliberately taking defense out of the All-Star game. Am I reading that right?
That's and again, was this statement just regarding the All-Star game?
I believe so. And then he finishes, if I'm not no, he didn't finish. Oh boy, he kept going. He said there was a period of time in this league. That's what I told you. I knew it was long. He said there was a period of time in this league when people thought that the game had become too physical. Okay. And we'd taken away some of the aesthetic beauty from the game. But that's the thing about the game. If you let the game be the game, the aesthetic beauty comes with it.
See, I think, all right.
When your focus, if you say you want to start a business and your focus is how much money you're going to make first, you usually don't make it. You get what I'm trying to say?
Right. But if your focus is on the service that is on the service you're providing and the quality of that service, the money's going to make itself.
The money going to make itself. Thank you.
When we talk about this game, I mean, understanding that this game has become such a multi-billion-dollar business, remember, it is a game first, and the game in its origin was meant to have the opposition,
right?
Two opposing forces with a certain set of rules try to obtain a goal. For the offense to score a basket, for the defense to prevent a basket. If the offense can do things that the defense can't do, what I mean by that is if Kyrie can do a spin and then put his arm out at the end of that spin to block a defender from getting into the way of the ball, but said defender couldn't reach his arm in to tap his shoulder to get to the ball, then that's arbitrarily mismatch.
You sending mixed messages.
And so many of that. Like I was so perturbed by the idea that Dwayne Wade had a whole career of being able to jump into a defender coming down and get and draw a foul.
Something that Harden perfected, so to speak.
Yeah.
Harden made it a household name.
I never understood how that could be possible. You saw the offensive player jump into a defender that has already left his feet. Like I never understood that. Like that.
Yeah.
The rules like that make no sense to me. And if you talk about it, why haven't we experimented with bringing back hand checking? As if we didn't have.
Because
Like
you know what?
think about it like this. Think about it like this. The highest, the right. Michael Jordan is still the career highest average scorer in the league, right?
I believe so. Yeah, I believe
For his
so. I'm
career,
not sure.
right? He hasn't played in 21 seasons.
Okay.
At least for the TJs out here in the world. The highest average scorer in the league did it while hand checking was in play. They haven't had hand checking in 20 years. And in the 20 years since hand checking has been removed, it's even the offense had even more leniency. And we still don't have players who can average the 30 a game that Michael Jordan averaged for his career. Why is that? How is
Great
that?
point.
How is that not possible?
That's a great point. Yeah, that's a great point. Well, yeah, because you didn't over manufactured is what you didn't did.
You over manufactured offense has in like you, and then you don't, and then at the same time telling me these are better athletes.
But that was my point about raising the basket height. Double J, to go back earlier to what you said about Wembanyama not diving for a loose ball. Now in that case, the guy is if he lays flat on his face with his arms outstretched, he got to be as tall as a giraffe, man. Seriously, I don't want that guy diving on the floor for loose ball. Not him. Okay, let's short round from Indiana Jones. Let's short round do it. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't want Wembanyama diving for loose balls, bro. I don't. I really don't. Because all it takes is for him to jump to dive for loose ball, and as long as his arms are, he can reach from half court to the basket stanchion. All it takes is for him to jam a finger, and then that's it. You know what I mean? We talking low management for the next 87 games. You know what I mean? And good luck to Spurs fans seeing that. I'm trying to tell you. But Silver, lastly, before we go into our gridiron portion of the P program, Silver admitted that in changing the All-Star format from its most recent iteration, where a live draft was held pregame, the league was leaning too much into the entertainment part of the game as opposed to just the game. So in other words, what I said how long ago, the storyline now creates the game, whereas once upon a time, the game used to create the storyline. That's what he's saying, or am I missing something here? He said it wouldn't be so bad to turn that thinking to regular season basketball. The 90s bump and grind basketball was a product of several factors that likely won't be repeated. Expanding, of course, from 23 teams in 88 to 29 teams by 1999, the talent pool wasn't catching up to the number of jobs available, and the game developed into a less aesthetically pleasing one.
What?
Yeah, but there was a diversity in styles of play. And even though the Chicago Bulls ran through the decade, thanks to Michael Jordan nightly, there seemed like more competitiveness and more contention. So then the article, oh my gosh, this is really long. I didn't realize it was going to be that. No, I'm not. Yeah, I knew it was long, but I didn't know it was going to be that long. My God. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, man, they have to find a solution. They got to. You can't keep putting that out there, and say that's your product and you're doing it for the fans and whatever else reason you want to say you're doing it for, then give them something better than that. Because at the end of the day, the bottom line is what? Money, right? And doesn't it always find itself back to money?
Yeah, but I found it kind of a key takeaway in this is he mentioned aesthetically pleasing. That in itself needs to be revisited because that is a subjective term. He made it sound like it's universal that we all like this. And again, we talked about, people say, well, to fix baseball,
well, we do though, because we like rare sports cars. Find me a man that don't like a rare sports car. So I get what he's saying. Technically,
I like gray.
This gray sports cars are crappy, especially when they're dirty.
A gray Porsche. A gunmetal gray Porsche over a red one. Give me the gunmetal gray.
Of course, you
no.
That's what I'm trying to say. Man, ain't nobody gonna take Bland. Oh, man, come on, man.
Gunmetal gray with black wheels. Gunmetal gray with black wheels over the red.
Stop.
Give me that easy.
Stop. Give me.
Oh,
Listen.
that sounds like a Dodge
Thundercloud
Mag.
metallic.
No way.
Thank you. That's exactly that's a Dodge.
Metallic.
Well, he drives a Dodge, so he has a Dodge mentality. You know what I'm saying? I'm not knocking it. You know what I'm saying? The Challenger is not room.
You better learn how to dodge punches that come your way. You know what?
I'm not dodging nothing. I got an AARP card. I'm trying to tell you, hit me.
Kelly, my Mustang was like that. Originally had the black rims with the with it's still gray though. I just don't have chrome rims.
Yeah, like the skies in Cleveland, dull. Anywho, if you hit me, trust and believe. I'm telling you right now, I'm going down, and I'm gonna use my AARP discount. You can best believe that. I'm just making sure, trust and believe. I'm not running from it. Go ahead and whoop on me, and so I can get a vacation. I'm just saying, 45 days. That's what they give you at the post office. No, man, but you know, I mean, for real, man. You know, the competitiveness or the lack thereof.
No, you were saying about the aesthetics, right? Like aesthetics, like
exactly.
He's speaking about it as his objective, but it's really subjective.
Yeah, it is. But you can still get the aesthetic look that everybody can enjoy if you allow. It's got to be organic. It's got to be authenticity and aesthetically can coexist.
Tell me this.
Does that make sense?
Well, right. Because see, here's the thing.
If it don't, please tell me. You know what I'm saying? I'll go and get my bounty.
Well, did we hate were the 04 Pistons the epitome of basketball? This is what I'm really starting to ask myself this, because look, I remember that year very vividly, and
because that's the same year you decided that you didn't like Rasheed Wallace. We get it.
No. I didn't know where I was when they traded for Rasheed Wallace. And
okay. Oh.
So, remember, he moved from the Atlanta Hawks. It wasn't Portland.
What'd you say, Gully?
Yeah, he laments it, that decision that catapulted them to their only championship since Isaiah Thomas.
Exactly.
For some reason.
Isaiah Thomas, yeah, for whatever reason.
No.
Poo on Rasheed Wallace for helping bring us a championship. Yeah, okay.
So there was a game that Doug Collins was being one of the commentators for, and he was explaining what you can't do.
Recently?
No. During that season.
Okay.
And you're talking about a bounty moment. I laughed so hard that I nearly needed bounty as well, and a change of clothes, because he said,
well, I mean,
Ben Wallace, he's trying to describe this, and Ben Wallace at that point blocks the shot, and then he explains, he goes, and this is what you can't do, and then you hear the doom, the gong going, and he goes, and then you get that going, and now the crowd's into it, and he's like, you just can't do that, and I lost it. And they would hold teams to like 65 points. I'm not joking. It was either 56 or 65. And I was beside myself that a professional team was locked up that way without, again, fouling out or hand checking, or
don't get it twisted now. The team being locked up oftentimes had a hand in why they were being locked up.
Sure. But
because
it
didn't matter, guys want to just
was.
come down and shoot. There was no semblance. When I say, to me, the sign of a good offense, I'm gonna use the Spurs as an example. The Spurs used to they did offensively. What they did offensively was to disrupt what you do defensively. How often did you see and the same thing for Pete Carrillo in Princeton? That's why he would occasionally knock off Kentucky or Duke or somebody like that, because they made defenders have to move. Like pieces they had to move. It wasn't just one guy moving one and then one guy moving back over there because some guy trying to ISO him to death with 75 dribbles. You had to move, man. That's why you could get that off. But the team being locked up, they helped themselves to get locked up because they started shooting a lot of jump shots. You're going to make it easier for me to defend you. And I don't get it twisted. That Pistons squad, every Pistons squad that won the championship was top in the top somewhere, something defensively. I'm saying that off, but offense has helped, especially
I
that
would say
Rasheed
this.
Wallace and them group.
I would say this. Of all the changes we've seen to the game, can we note any change, any significant change that gave defenses more liberty to
No.
defend?
No.
Aside from the zone.
No.
Okay.
Especially that individual defense. But you got to understand though, when you say hand checking earlier, when you said hand checking,
yeah,
man, the hand checking is overused. Not saying that
correct.
you did in that case, but it's overused. Because if you go back and look at those defenders who were making defensive player of the years and when hand checking was a thing, they played defense the same way Kawhi Leonard does today. They move their feet, bro. Good defenders understood how to stay outside of your drive foot. If you were driving to the basket, if you driving left, I keep my right foot outside of your drive foot all the way to wherever you're trying to go. I force you to a spot and for you to give it up. You had to move your feet first. No sound, Double J. Okay. No sound. I don't know what's going on with you. Yeah, okay, that's a little bit better. I can now. I don't know what's happening. Yeah, what were you saying? What were you saying, Gully?
No, you got it.
Yeah. So you had to be able to move your feet to keep up with, like the clip we just showed in the All-Star game. Kobe was running down the sideline with LeBron out in front. This is why you do all them footwork drills and all that type of stuff, so that you understood how to keep your feet out in front. You know what I'm saying? And you knew how. We were taught how to close out on shooters, even if we had to travel a distance to get there to the three-point shooter. You never close out where if he give you a ball fake, that you out of the play as a defender. You get what I'm saying? You close out aggressively or assertively enough to be able to contest the shot potentially or possibly, but also understand on your way out there to the shooter, the three-point shooter, that he might try to break down and go baseline. You get what I'm trying to, you know what I mean? To try to ball fake and go baseline. So you will be ready on your run out towards that three-point guy. You will be ready to break down and catch up to him if he tried to drive. You understand what I'm saying? Now, guy raise up for the shot and that's all, and everybody running back the other way. It's just sad to see, man. It's hard to watch. It's just hard to watch, man. The entertainment the entertainment aspect of it, it just didn't got all the way out of hand, man. But some solutions are definitely abound. They have to be. Otherwise, one last thought before we move on to some football, Gully. What do you do? If Adam Silver and them don't make changes, then what's next?
I don't.
Is it gonna be more empty seats?
It's gonna be more empty seats. Yeah, and then again, are we talking about the All-Star game, or are we talking about the league in general?
We're talking about the All-Star game. But the
All-Star game.
Wait a minute. So is not your All-Star game reflective of your league?
That's what I'm saying. See the conversation, right? No, see the conversation was contained to the All-Star game. And that was interesting. It was contained and left to the All-Star game. To your point, the All-Star game is the best of the best, showcasing the best of the best. Supposedly. Recognizing that there is a legitimate concern about not making sure that players don't get season-ending injuries in an exhibition game. I recognize that. There's got to be some measure by which we can get more of a competitive edge. But if you have a playground ball, if you have a playground type rec ball, this is what you're going to get. Unless, like I suggested or intimated last year, especially since the debate about the Olympics had come up, why don't you showcase that? Team US versus Team International. By now, we have at least 10 players between the two teams that are born internationally. Every year in the All-Star. At least 10.
That's why I called you on the phone. That's why I called you on the phone the other day. Remember? When I was talking to you, I said, said, man, I wish I could find that. I'm gonna start doing something different when I title our shows. Maybe be a little bit more descriptive so I can go back and find them, because you said that how long ago? You talking about the world versus the American players? Is that what you're saying in the All-Star game?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. That would be something. Could you see them incorporating Ice Cube's 3-on-3 thing, the big three, in somehow, some way?
No,
they
can't, because they shunned him. They don't
like
that.
Ice Cube.
No, I would say I would like for it to happen, but they can't, because they already he's already made it public that they've tried to shade him and what he's doing. So they can't go back and do that.
Okay, your mic is muted. Your mic.
This guy. Yeah, no. Okay. And this is what I mean. The NBA taking the roads like that. Again, at the end of the day, if more people are playing basketball, more eyes are on the sport, it actually benefits your product, because you're supposed to be the creme de la creme of that. The only time you alienate someone like that is if they're actually like going for what you do, which they don't. And unfortunately, a lot of the rules that could have, we'd like to adopt should have and could have been tested through outlets like the Big Three. Again, this is what I mean. That honestly, there's more reasons to fire Adam Silver than there are to keep him at this point, because I feel like he's failed on so many levels that I'm frustrated with it. That how are these multi-billionaires not looking at these numbers and saying, or just agreeing? Again, I get it. These are toys to them for the most part. But at the same time, it is an investment. And so if the value is not significantly increasing or showing signs of some kind of stress or slowing of that, of that increasing pace, then we have a problem.
That's what I said earlier about money, period, the bottom line. Even as a consumer, if you go to any Walmart, whatever you go, Target, wherever you go to shop or whatever it is, you buy a product and you get home and you get to going through your bags or whatever it is, and you see that you get to pull that product out and you open it up and you see that what you pay for is not in there, or it ain't what you pay for. Do you keep going back and buying the same thing? Do you keep paying for the same thing? Even if you're owner, NBA owner, you see this is the reaction that you're getting from the majority of people who watch that game. Are you going what? Just keep things as they are? They've got to be some wholesale changes, bro. Come on now.
This is what I mean. This is merely like you said, a ripple effect of something much greater at play. With the All-Star game should be maybe not a U.S. or versus world, but it should be 3-on-3, 4-on-4, half court. If you're afraid of getting hurt, doing more than what you're doing.
I like the world versus the USA too, and all the other stuff. Yeah, you got to do something or what?
Or what they call it? You play knockout.
Yes.
You take your three.
How'd you do that?
Yeah, because the All-Star rosters are always going to be evenly assigned. So East and West is always going to end up being 12, even if there's a reserve. You take the 12 out of the East, take the 12 out of the West. You can let them pick their three. You can let them arrange their three. So, we get to see a reunion of Russ, KD, and Harden. You know what I'm saying? Let's see and then they play knockouts.
Okay.
And now look, you're getting the buddies together. This is where the kumbaya can actually be, the banana boat can actually be a worthwhile.
The banana boat is oh no, it's sunk.
No, you can put Kyrie. You can put Kyrie, LeBron. You can put Kyrie, LeBron, and Steph on this. Kyrie, LeBron, and then can we see? Yeah, you can do that.
I don't have a problem seeing all of them.
That's what the All-Star game was supposed to be. What only a video game would give you that type of reality. Like,
that's what happened. But hold on, you don't say it that way, because that's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
No, because in no 2K does anyone not try that hard.
Oh,
I'm
well,
sorry,
that's a
it
good
just
point.
doesn't happen that way.
Well, listen, I don't mind. I don't
run
mind
around
seeing
in
Kyrie.
2K.
I don't mind seeing Kyrie, Bryant, whoever else on the court. I don't want to see him on no banana boat. My gosh.
You don't want to see him do a tug of war or something?
No, absolutely not. No, thank you. No, not the kid. Anyway, we're gonna move on to some football. NBA, get your act together, because I'm telling you right now, y'all better be glad we didn't throw up them viewership numbers, because they look bad, baby. They look bad. And like
terrible.
my man Double J said, it seemed like it all went downhill after Kobe left. KB great, 24-8. Don't be late. We're gonna move some talk some football. I'll let you boy.
Hey, listen, what thing?
Go ahead. Say your last comment.
No, remember the other thing that I referenced to you. Remember how I talked about. Remember how I brought up the presentation of the game. I promise you, man, the games have been much drearier affairs when you get the NB when you don't have the NBC type presentation. Remember how I was saying how when you watch the games, like I don't like TNT is good, but I hate watching the game on ABC. It is too quiet.
It's bland. It's bland.
It's bland. Like there was excitement to that kind of like that stereo, that mono kind of those mids, the echo of the fans, the echo of the fans, the reverberation of the ball dribbling, that excitement that kind of puts you in the arena when NBC did sports. When NBC did, that's why I said even to this day, watching the Notre Dame football game, regardless of how good there's something about the presentation of that game that puts you in that atmosphere. These games take you away from it. If you had that acoustics, because we talk about aesthetics, I think that's something that can appeal to you.
Yeah, just like the John Facenda narrations over the NFL videos and things of that nature. Even if you don't like football, if you're in the, because I was in a situation once where I was dating a young lady, and I was obviously a sports head really back then, and I'm watching it, and she came out the kitchen like, "Who is that?" and sat down. Next thing you know, bam, we're talking football. You know, it draws you in like that. But I'm with you. The way it is now, and the whole game day experience, is it's not a good one now. It's a banana boat experience, is what it is. And who wants to see that on a regular basis? My gosh. Anyway, let's talk some football. Our second and last item on the menu for the day, or the P program, or this portion of the P program, obviously, is the Gridiron. Texans quarterback C.J. Stroud is making waves off the field because we already know what he did on the field. Just ask the Browns, okay? C.J. Stroud got the Browns changing coordinators, diapers, shoes, padlocks, firing people, the whole night. You know what I'm saying? Bringing back Nick Chubb after 2 months ago after the knee surgery. Yeah, that's what C.J. Stroud did to the Browns. I'm just saying. So even though he's making waves on the field, off the field, he's making them I think that could set a precedent, the likes of which the NFL may have never seen, or probably never ever will see again. I don't recall ever seeing it ever a time in my lifetime. So bear with me as I pull this, because this one I will read. I'm gonna pull this article up right here. So peep this. All right, this is what C.J. Stroud and his agency are doing. Here's the headlines from Yahoo Sports. C.J. Stroud's agency tells the NFL its prospects will skip all pre-draft, cognition tests. Now, Double J, before I get to reading this, you saying they were doing this already? Because this is my first time really kind of like, as a collective, so to speak, they getting ready to do something like this.
Oh, no. I was merely indicating that by definition, it is not obligated.
Oh, okay, got you. Okay, so let's keep that in mind, y'all. It's not obligated, but here's what's going on. Houston Texans quarterback C.J. Stroud made the warnings about his pre-NFL draft cognition test results look foolish this season. Again, the warning.
Can I add one tidbit here?
Yes.
So something that is also indicated to these players, I had this information given to me by one that has done that test and did horribly because he was told it did not matter and no one will see it. So,
and of course, it did matter, and
it
because
went out
somebody
to the
did
general
see it. Of
public
course,
and
it did.
everything. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Of course, yeah. So if you tell me it don't matter, then I'm not gonna give it my all, like the All-Star
Who
game
said
NBA.
that?
Anyway,
Who was that? Who was that? That was told that didn't matter.
Kevin Jones.
Oh,
yeah, it was told to him that it didn't matter. Okay, excuse me. Athletes First is reportedly directing its 2024 prospects to forego all intelligence testing in light of Stroud's low results being leaked. While the agency, I didn't even know he had low results. While the agency doesn't represent any of the top quarterbacks in the upcoming draft class, the decision could very well influence other firms to follow suit with their clients. Do you all have an issue? Do you all want to say something in that before I keep going?
Yeah. What you said, his results were leaked. That already tell you what's salt in the game.
Exactly. But you know, I wanted to go down this road, but I really didn't want to go all the way down the road. But what's already understood need not even be explained, really. We see what this is.
Toto in the Wiz. Ease on down the road.
Okay. All right. So let me keep reading here. After much internal discussion, the agents at Athletes First have directed our draft prospects to respectfully pass on participating in any cognitive or psychological testing during the pre-draft process. The company wrote in an email to NFL clubs obtained by The Athletic, who's the source of this article here. We understand that many of your teams use these tests or protocols as part of your prospect evaluation process. However, our recent experience with these exams has been less than positive. Interesting. Specifically, the fact that certain results and performance were leaked publicly last year demonstrates that there truly is no confidentiality with these tests. It is not right for a player's intelligence, aptitude, or mental processing to be subject to public discussion and ridicule. No other job interview carries the same scrutiny. Do you all agree with that? Hello?
Gully, I'm going to defer to you on this.
No, there's no deference. There's no deference.
Then I'm going to have you repeat it one more time. I'm looking at it. Let's see.
Okay. After much internal discussion, the agents at Athletes First have directed our draft prospects to respectfully pass on participating in any cognitive or psychological testing during the pre-draft process, the company wrote in an email to NFL clubs obtained by The Athletic. We understand that many of your teams use these tests or protocols as part of your prospect evaluation process. However, our recent experience with these exams has been less than positive. Specifically, the fact that certain results and performance were leaked publicly last year demonstrates that there truly is no confidentiality with these tests. It is not right for a player's intelligence, aptitude, or mental processing to be subject to public discussion and ridicule. No other job interview carries the same scrutiny.
Valid.
Now it's
I completely agree.
Yeah, because the idea though, so that we talking Wonderlic and all of that too, though, right? Isn't that what we talking?
Exactly.
Getting rid of the Wonderlic, right?
Right.
Okay. I didn't know this Stroud scored 18 out of 100. See, okay, when you watch him on the football field.
You know what? It wouldn't surprise me in the slightest, Jay, if they literally said to him the same thing that was told to Kevin. Look, this doesn't matter. This is just a formality. And, so what are you going to do? You're not going to really you're not going to try. It's not the SAT. You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to try your hardest here. And, it doesn't take into account certain things that, say, hypothetically, if you had an IEP or a any kind of like ADHD or any kind of disability that there's certain accommodations that would need to take place too. Could be anything from having the questions read aloud. That would have would carry on with you all the way through the university level. And so are those being met and withheld here? The short answer could easily be yes, but it easily could be no also. And those would both have impacts on the quality of the ultimately of the score itself. And so these are, as someone in education, that's why I've always I've hated these tests. I always thought they were goofy and a waste of time personally. But Matt Painter, as an example with Purdue's team, has them, and he has a psychiatrist or psychologist rather for the team, but he has them take personality tests. So that is very off-putting to some people.
That's ambiguous. Yeah, it's too generic and it's too abstract and all of that. We all say that not everybody
you can't
the same learning curve, so to speak, but then they didn't want to measure everybody by the same measuring stick. You can't. Yeah, I'm with you on that, because the thing is, we already know. I mean, this is not the first time I've seen something. I've seen the NFL and cognitive, mentioned in the same sentence. You remember we did a show about, race norming and things that the NFL admitted to doing that. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, and this is all, of course, now under the same umbrella, along the same lines. Because Stroud scored 18 out of 100. Obviously they said, leading to harmful speculation about his mental aptitude for the sport. Well, when and just to stay right there, mental aptitude for the playing quarterback in the NFL has always been associated with what? Y'all know the rest, okay? So the NFL team, I mean, that's just the straight up about it.
One position, with one position and a certain characteristic common with one position. We don't hear about this from defensive linemen. We don't hear about this from linebackers. We don't hear about it from safeties or cornerbacks. We don't hear about it from running backs. We don't hear about it from tight ends. We don't hear about it from wide receivers. We don't hear about it from place kickers. We don't hear about it from long snappers. We don't hear about it from punters. But one position.
Yeah. Well, the argument with that was, because I posed that to a sports person here that writes for the Cleveland.com years ago. The contention there is, none of those other positions have to read defenses like the quarterback.
Incorrect.
Yeah, exactly.
I said categorically incorrect, because, be honest with you, cornerback is the most difficult position, in my opinion, because it's all against the game. He's direct.
Who was the last Jason Sehorn?
What'd you say about Jason Sehorn? What'd you say about Jason Sehorn, WJ?
There's been, I'm just merely stating fact. There hasn't been from my understanding, a white cornerback since, I want to say, 2004.
Oh, I don't know.
So if Gully's point, Gully's statement were to be fact, right? And I'm not going to say I don't know offhand.
It is one way or another, okay.
Right. So then this doesn't follow that.
Yeah, because it says the NFL teams have utilized this S2 since 2016, mostly quarterbacks. Mostly. Well, we know it's more than mostly. And then C.J. himself said, I'm not a test taker. I play football. Stroud said in the wake of all the criticism, at the end of the day, I don't got nothing to prove to nobody. So I'm not going to sit here and explain how I process football. The people who are making the picks know what I can do. So that's all that matters to me. And then down here at the bottom, ultimately, it says whoever leaked the test results comes out looking the worst in this situation. Even though the inventors eventually told the Wall Street Journal that Stroud's results could have been invalid, the comments were too little too late. Yeah, miss me with all of it. Okay, don't try to clean it up now.
Well, the reason why they leak it, right? It's an effort to
either take away. It's a value thing. They use it for you or against type deal. Because
it'll always be against in circumstances like that. They're hoping that the pick will drop, that someone will pass on them and they can get them a little bit later. I mean, you're essentially costing the guys millions of dollars.
Exactly right. Because tell me this: when would an average quarterback with above average aptitude be given a sign of him, been given the benefit of the doubt? You like
Wait a minute,
what
say that
would
again.
have
Say that again.
what would an above average Wonderlic test have done for Jamarcus Russell?
Well, matter of fact,
It
I
showed.
think those are
It sure
a
wouldn't.
lot of those are
It
public.
sure wouldn't expose that he wasn't watching. Because that's it. You can have all of that, man. Anybody could. You could. They say you could pass a test, right? You know what I mean? Anybody can pass a test, but that don't prove nothing. You know. And how many people do we know? We talk about learning curves and things of that nature. How many people do we know? They do enough to graduate high school, maybe, or something or another, but then they go into some sort of trade because they're better at hands-on. That don't mean they dumb or nothing in the classroom. Just that books and a whole bunch of learnings and all that in that regard or in that fashion ain't for them.
Right.
But yet and still, you got some of your most infamous people in the world that didn't, I don't know, didn't build all type of structures and stuff that you use every day. Smarty pants. Man, stop it, bro. Yeah, stop using that Wonderlic as a Wonderlic. We got a few more minutes and we finna get out of here, man. I got some things I need to do. Some situations I need to take care of. You understand me? I need to eat something. Okay. I'm having a bounty cooker for every moment. Okay. Now say that with a straight face one time. How about, don't you? Yeah. I just think that what he's doing is going to set a precedent because you're going to see a lot of other teams and agents and such say, man, if it's obligatory and not obligatory, if it's optional, I believe that's what you were saying earlier, Double J, then guess what? If we ain't got to take it, no, because y'all not going to use that against me. And C.J. Stroud, listen, C.J.'s been proved, bro, that he can read it. He read the Browns defense. Didn't have no problem doing that.
Right.
I'm just saying. 45, baby. Man, C.J. Stroud went at his house, opened up a can again. Did I say that already? Opens up such a can that the Browns went and started making wholesale. They fired everybody in the building.
Everybody that they could.
Yeah, he said, yeah. CJ said, I'm about to. He said, that. I mean, that's what sounded to me because I thought he was mic'd up. Now I know that's what he was saying to Joe Flacco and the boys over there in the brown and boo boo orange. Yeah, excuse me, the orange and boo boo brown. Take your pick. He's like, yeah, I'm about to get y'all fired.
Right.
And that's exactly what happened. He got a whole bunch of people fired. Yeah. And then looking at cap space and money and all that type of stuff. And then you got some fool out here talking about bring in Daniel Jones in exchange for Deshaun Watson. Yeah. Is it that bad? Shout out to my man CJ. And I can't stand Ohio State, but CJ put it on you that day, baby. And they was, of course, you remember Gully, how Brother Rich and Double J was in here celebrating when they beat the Texans without CJ.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, go dog pound Brownie, get the L.
But listen,
What
was Deshaun Watson's record has started last season?
The same as Joe Flacco's, 2 pick sixes.
5-1.
Oh, sure enough was. Yeah,
5-1.
sure enough was. Yeah, but now all of a sudden, Brother Rich Double J want to get rid of him based on Mike Tannenbaum talking about some Daniel Jones. Man, cut me in and cut yourself out.
No, I can't let you put that on my guys, though. I can't let you put that on my guys. Double J, please refute that. Please tell me that's not true. Say it ain't so.
He can say it, but he can say it, but he'll be lying.
So, bro.
Yeah, he'll be lying. Anyway, Gus, we're gonna ask you this. We're gonna ask you this question before we get on out of here because we got 2 minutes and I got to run. Sorry, y'all. I really got to run. What
you got the runs? They make the pins for that. You got a potty seat that you can use for your chair. That way you ain't got to worry about it. You just
hell no.
Yeah.
This is what I'm
talking
about.
He just potty chair.
Yeah, he just wanted me to hit the marker. What NFL running back, former or current, is the equivalent to your driving skills? And I asked this question because right quick, Khalil and I keep going back and forth. Khalil swears up and down he's the best driver in the house. I'm the best driver, but meanwhile, if you look at the car that he's driving, it's got paint smudges from when he hit the garage on the back end of it or whatever. But he's the best driver in the house. But anyway, I just got to thinking. I said, wow, okay, driving skills, and NFL running back. Okay, what NFL running back? I don't know why I want to keep saying rum. And I don't even drink rum and back. You know what I'm trying to say? Get you some champagne, baby. I'm trying to say, oh no, we got a comment.
Running back? All right, go ahead.
We got a comment right here. Oh, this is Mrs. Allen weighing in again. He must have had some Dunkin' coffee today. Wow. Wow, really? Yeah.
Everybody loves Dunkin', huh?
Yeah, Double J, put her on couch detail tonight. Yeah, put her on the couch tonight. I'm just saying. Yeah, she get couch detail. You know what I'm saying? It works both ways, sister. Okay. What NFL running back, former or current, is the equivalent to your driving skills, Gully? And then we're gonna get out of here with the quote and we out.
Marcus Allen.
What?
Marcus Allen.
Did you try to one up me? Is that what you tried to do?
That's me. I'm not. I'm deceptively fast. I'm deceptively fast.
Really?
I'm deceptively fast. I'm more agile than I get credit for, and I'm unassuming. I'm an unassuming driver.
Yeah. Okay.
Like Marcus Allen.
Right, got you. Yeah, okay, I got you. Anyway, yeah, yeah, give him one of them, Double J, and a sip. You know what I'm saying? Anywho, and on that note, I'll leave you with this quote because that was some. Anyway, there is no wealth like education, and no poverty like ignorance. From Hazard Ali. It's been fun, but we got to run. Don't y'all forget to check us out every Wednesday at 8 on the PM side right here on the yard. Oh, and y'all can go to our Facebook, go to the shop's Facebook fan page, or you can go to our Instagram page if you're interested in buying merchandise to help the shop out. Yay, shout out to that. We have a few items.
Sir. We got
up in our Shopify. Shopify store. We're going to be looking to add more items here later
coffee
on down
for your
the line.
mug or to catch something after you had a Dunkin'.
Oh wow, really? He just had to get that in. Anyway, you go to
toilet seat covers. Shop Report toilet seat covers for when you gotta run and you gotta run.
Yeah, okay, got you. Yeah, I'm gonna hit the marker on that one too. Oh,
rum runner.
Wow.
That's it. Shop Report rum runners. Shop Report rum runners. That's it right there.
Really? Okay. I don't even think I can hit the flag button no more. But anywho. Yeah, if you go to Facebook, if you go to our Facebook fan page, the Shop Report fan page, I should say, you go to what's the tab over there, Double J? More. You click on more, and then you drop down, you go to shop, and you can see the items in our store. And in Instagram, you go over to our shop tab, click on the shop, and you should be able to order your stuff from there. But here's the thing, Double J and I we got a few other things we are going to work on in regards to looking to add more merchandise and whatnot. And Double J, we jumping back into finish up the color cycle, right?
Yeah, we could do that.
Okay, all right, that's fine. And what that is, folks, when you go look at an item, you'll see the item in a particular color. The picture might be in white, heather gray, or something, and then underneath it, it has the color codes, like you can navy, the colors we pick. But for whatever reason, right now, initially, when you hit if you want to see a different color, it won't switch. So we're gonna try to fix that or whatnot. But we do have items. Again, you can purchase them through our Facebook fan page, the Shop Report, and our Instagram page, the Shop Report. We appreciate that. All right.
So we got the Shop Report color swatches. What is going on here? What do we have?
You didn't hear none of that I just said, huh? Okay.
So we got Shop Report color swatches.
Okay. Yeah, that's exactly right.
On Lowe's, right? That's what he said.
Yeah,
you got color swatches.
Yeah, do that again, Double J. As in L, as in Loopy. That's what this guy is right here, Loopy. And I'm not talking about fiasco because it's a fiasco. It is. Anyway, or y'all can check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, the shop's fan page, and of course YouTube. And make sure you hit that subscribe button bottom right when you're on the tube. We'd be much obliged. And if that don't work, y'all can Google it. For my mans, or for my dudes, I should say, Be Rich, Double J, TJ, D, Gully, and all those who follow and support us, we say thank you. I'm Barbershop Jay, and you've been listening to the Shop Report. And remember, the next time y'all want to know what's really going on, man, come to the shop. Walk-ins are always welcome. Holla up where the button's at.